Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. You are always most welcome. Well, today, this looks epic. ICM's Black Hawk MEDEVAC set. So, crew and combat medics. That's absolutely brilliant. So this is not just a Black Hawk with some crew, but it's got some figures, you know. There's a girl here, she's obviously an army nurse. And I don't know if this guy's I think he's actually one of the crew. I think he's the guy that's rescued this injured soldier. Just zoom you back so you can see the detail. But some beautiful artwork here, really selling this product really well. I mean, look at this. So you've got this lady, she's got a drip, and this soldier's obviously been wounded, I think in the left side. And it's got his AR-15 rifle lying on the floor. Clearly Afghanistan, judging by the sort of topography of the landscape. What a wonderful, almost like a painting, isn't it? It's a really nice bit of artwork, this is. Really impressive. So, we're in for an absolute treat, basically a diorama set, you could say. So, kit number 48365. 48 scale, of course, and it says on the side, H-60A Black Hawk MEDEVAC helicopter with crew, combat medics and a wounded soldier. Equipped with a dedicated internal support frame and stretcher for casualty evacuation. I'm really nervous that this pod on the side is for putting... The man doesn't get in the pod, surely, does he? Because that's off-putting. I don't think you want to be put in a pod when you're wounded and in pain. Includes optional pylons. Oh no, it's okay. It explains it now. I'm going to wipe the sweat off my brow. Includes optional pylons, additional pylons I should say, for external fuel tanks for different configuration options. So that's actually the fuel tanks. It's just that it's got the red cross on the side. And I was thinking that's not actually the sort of stretcher system, is it? Where they put you in a pod and carry you away. It's like a coffin. No, it's a fuel tank. It just seems odd to me that they put the red cross there instead of putting it up somewhere else. Phew, I was getting a bit worried for this poor soldier then. That's the last thing you need when you're wounded, isn't it? Being put in a box. No laughing matter. Anyway, allows recreation of a realistic MEDEVAC scene, including administering first aid and preparing the casualty for evacuation. How fantastic. So the Black Hawk has got 285 parts. Then you've got the MEDEVAC 3 figures for the crew. And also the crew chief, and 25 parts for the 3 figures of the combat medics, the lady and the injured soldier and the one that's attending to him. Right, okay, and on the side, sorry, on the side, oh yeah, you can see it, they've really well shown it here. Yeah, again, it's just showing this red cross on the actual fuel tank, which looks like a sort of medical pod. It's a bit worrying. Anyway, here's the actual figure. So there's your crew, which I think we've seen before in the other Black Hawk editions. But you haven't seen these 3, have you, I don't think? That's definitely new. The medical team. Young lady with the drip. And the soldier on the stretcher. And the senior crew. It looks like it's a senior paramedic. Army paramedic. Right, wow, I'll tell you something, I think this is going to be a real treat. And I know we had the Operation Gothic Serpent set, didn't we? Did that include the figures as well? I'm just trying to remember. Can't quite remember now. But I know we've seen it, we've actually had the Black Hawk with crew, but this is taking it on another level, isn't it? It's an Afghanistan rescue scene, basically. So let us... see if we can get in first. I think ICM are using some better tape. Do you remember we had a problem with their tape and it was lifting off? Well, it's not lifting off anymore, I can tell you. They fixed it. It's now actually quite hard to cut. It's strong and it's got good adhesive this time. No worries. Problem solved. Thanks, ICM. Right, let's have a look at what we got then. Okay. This is going to be a real treat, I think. Now, bear in mind that the chopper we have seen many times now. So I may not dwell on that very much. I think we'll really focus on these figures that come with it, because they're what make it special. Okay. Says here. So let me just organise myself a bit better. Hang on a second. Right, it says here, the UH-60 Black Hawk is one of the most widely used military choppers in the world. Approximately 5,000 units have been produced. Oof, they're a big chopper as well, it's a lot, isn't it? And the type is in service with armed forces of more than 30 countries across Europe, Asia and South America and other regions. The UH-60 in the MEDEVAC role is a dedicated medical evacuation helicopter designed to transport casualties, provide in-flight medical care and carry medical personnel on board. In its standard configuration, it can be fitted with a central support system that rotates horizontally, allowing accommodation for 4 to 6 patients on stretchers. Wow! Onboard combat medics are responsible for delivering immediate medical assistance and ensure the rapid and safe evacuation of the wounded. Wow, it's got the usual item about the twin T700GE engines. 1,285 horsepower each. That's a lot of power, isn't it? Maximum speed 295 k's. That's 190 miles an hour, isn't it? Nearly 200 miles an hour. Wow, okay, very good. Okay, so let's get the decals out of the way. Look at these. Ooh, these are good. These are good. Look at this. So here we've got all our medical Red Crosses emblems, which, as I said, it's a bit weird that the Americans chose to maybe to put that on the fuel tank. It's just for recognition, isn't it? It's just for visibility. That's all. I suppose it's the most visible spot on the chopper. It didn't. I was genuinely convinced it was some sort of medical pod. Thank goodness it isn't. Anyway, you've got lots of instruments here. And a really nice set of decals, if being honest. They look absolutely fantastic. Well up to ICM's usual standards. Absolutely gorgeous, to be honest. Superb. I think that is very nice. Right, so now what you'll notice when I show you the instructions is there's going to be huge amounts on this sprue map where we're going to have areas that are not going to be used. So even the side, one of the sides is not going to be used. There's huge amounts of the seating isn't going to be used. Various parts of the interior not used. The seat squabs obviously not used, and so on and so forth. And on it goes, because you're going to have additional parts, additional sprues. So we'll concentrate on those, I think, not the whole chopper, which we've seen 2 or 3 times already. These sprues, M and N, that is definitely the medical elements of it, the internal medical bay, and these fuel tanks, they're new. Yeah, and then of course these lovely figures. So I'm going to sort of scratch straight through and not talk about the whole construction of the chopper until we get to the very interesting bit. Well, I say that, I'm just at least getting ahead of myself here. Right, okay, no, I take that back. It's not quite structured the way I expected, so actually I do need to talk about this at the beginning. Look at this. You've got your stretchers. This is actually the stretcher system right at the beginning of the build. I didn't realise that. So here we've got the medical, the wounded stretchers, and you can see that this is the this rotating thing it was talking about. I don't know what it meant by rotating. Which way does it rotate? I haven't quite grasped that. Yes, I don't quite understand the rotation they mentioned, but anyway, you can clearly see that you've got a set of 4 there, medical stretchers that are going to be assembled within this bay. Then you've got further space further back. You've got quite a few holes to drill here, by the way. Then you have got some what looks like seating for the I think for the medical specialist team. And then you're going to do all the usual stuff of sides of the fuselage, etc., etc. Bringing that all in. Then you're going to build up all the usual stuff again. You know, the windows and the roof and the blah blah blah. And I'm going to flash through this because it's all standard stuff. Then we get to the interesting parts. So then we get to these pylons a bit further down the build, where you're going to have different types of pylons than we've seen before. These are going to have the options of, what have we got? We've got fuel tanks, which we haven't quite got to yet. Yeah, this is still quite standard stuff actually. Let me just flash through that. Yes, so yeah, here you've got the options of the fuel, these massive fuel tanks. Now it doesn't say what size they are, but I'm guessing that that's probably, I'm thinking that's about 2,000 gallons, isn't it? Certainly 1,000 gallons. I think the 1,000-gallon tanks, a bit like on a Tornado, like a Hindenburg tank. That's how big they are. They're huge. I think it's 1,000. I think it's 1,000. And then at the end, obviously you put your rotors on, and you can see just how big those pylons, the tanks are. They're just massive, aren't they? So there you go, and then you've got a little bit of masking to do. Attempt to get a mask set. I wish it's something I'd like to see ICM do in the future is masks, to be honest. Especially as they have so many subjects with all those lovely clear parts on that really do require a lot of masking. Anyway, this is a bit of a schematic for you for the schemes, and you can see the paint jobs. Then we've got at the end, we've got our crew, the winchman, the pilot, I think here, near my thumb, and then the co-pilot. And this pixelated US camouflage, which isn't going to be that easy, I don't think. And then finally at the back, rather fantastically, we've got this poor chap who's been wounded. I think he's got his shirt ripped off ripped back his sleeve. I think that's just to put the drip in, to be honest, judging by the artwork. And they're administering some oxygen to him as well. And then you've got the young lady, the nurse. I'm not sure if they call them a nurse or medical orderly or what they call them now. But she's the medical officer that's working. She's got rubber gloves on. Look, I've got black ones, she's got purple ones. And again, this rather tricky, pixelated camo that they have. Yeah, it's very good. I like those figures. They're going to be really cracking. Right. So there we go. So far, so good. Yes, I know I flashed through that a bit, but we don't need to go through the Black Hawk again, I don't think. I'll put you a link over there to one of the Black Hawks. We'll have a look at that separately. It's been done already, but we have figures over there, and we've got the thing with the tanks over here. So I'm going to concentrate on the new stuff, which I think is of the greatest interest to people. The medical elements of it, which are, pretty sure it's that sprue there, and this sprue. Yeah, the rest of this is the usual Black Hawk. Is that supposed to be off the sprue? Yes. Sorry, the blades are loose, they're not on a sprue, so it's just like a mini sprue. So let's have a look at these. You can see what I mean about Hindenburg tanks from the Tornado. They are physically the same sort of dimensions, aren't they? Have a look at this. A real monster, 48 scale, remember. There they are. So this is these huge, great tanks, fuel tanks, 1,000 gallons at least for sure. I'm sure of it. And sorry, don't have any favours there. There we go. They've even got the little winglets on them, like stabilising fins at the back. Again, a bit like the Hindenburgs on the Tornadoes, really. Yeah, it's a really nice bit of moulding, to be honest. There's nothing wrong with this, that's for sure. And then when we're going to get it animated in a minute with all those figures, it's going to become quite something, I think. Well up to ICM's usual standards, I think this is. Yeah, very nice moulding indeed. So, that's that. Now, this one, very much unique. This is your the internal compartment, and here's all the medical stretchers, look, which are going to be on this sort of like a racking system. So it actually shows, to me, it shows 4 stretchers. Yeah, that goes underneath, that's for sure. Okay, so I think it's 4, not 8. What did it say on the I'm just going to go back to our instructions a second because it had me slightly foxed. Did it say central support system that rotates horizontally, allowing accommodation for 4 to 6 patients? It doesn't really explain it. Horizontally rotates. It's a little bit unclear. It would have been perhaps a bit more explanation could have been done, but yeah, okay. But that's your medical evac system with all your stretchers, and here you've got the internal sort of the wall, if you were, that these mount to. That's like a body backboard, isn't it? When something's got to be kept flat, broken back or something, damaged spine. So that's that one. I'm going to put that away just for a second. So if any of you can hear any music in the background, just realise it's one of my neighbours, not immediate neighbours, but in the next avenue. They're having a bit of a garden party where they raise money for charities. Do it every year. Very, very worthy charities, supporting disadvantaged children in is it the Philippines or Malaysia? I can't remember now, but it's in the Far East. They tend to be very unlucky. They always have this sort of early mid-June slots, early June, and they always get rain. And it's doing it today. It's blowing a gale out there, and it's been very wet. So I feel a bit sorry for them because they deserve better luck. And they actually lost their dad on Christmas Eve. These people. Very sad story. He walked into the local. He became local Baptist minister at the Baptist church. He walked into the Baptist church to check the meters and dropped down dead of a heart attack. And he had no health issues at all, underlying health issues. How sad. Anyway, I digress. Look at this. Going on to another level here. Look at this. You're going to like this. So here we've got the soldier's equipment. Got an AR-15 assault rifle and his helmet. Now check this out. What do you think of this? See how close I can get and keep focus. Look at that. Isn't that nice? That is absolutely fantastic, I think. That's just superb, that assault rifle. I mean, my glasses are not good. In fact, I'm going to feel it. Just bear with me and just indulge me a second. I'm going to change my glasses because I can see it's sharp, but I can't see how sharp it is because I just don't have the magnification on those. Let's try these. My modelling glasses. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, so I'm seeing it more like you've just seen it. That is impressive, I've got to say. And he's got clips of ammunition. He's actually got a pistol as well. Did you see that? Pistol and a holster, I think it is. Look at this. You can hear the music now. Check it out. Holster and pistol. I think it's a Glock, is it? Not quite sure. There we go. There's two identical sprues of that. Two of them. Then we have got the figures. So we start off with the ones we have actually seen before, which is the crew for the Black Hawk crew, including pilot, navigator and winchman. And here we go. And you can see they've got ammunition belt. They've got ammunition pouches as well. You see that? Ammunition pouches. No, I can't see anything because I've got the wrong glasses on, so I can't see the camera properly. Yes, there we go. Okay. But those are beautiful, aren't they? They've got all their helmets on. Just turn it upside down. See the other ones. There we go. And you got the winchman in a sort of a crouching pose as he gets over the edge of the chopper. Very beautiful. Now this is the one we haven't seen before. So this is the soldier who is injured, and we've got the lady who's sort of squatting with the blood bag. Where's the blood bag? He's got the water. She's got. Okay, we got it. Sorry. Check it out. So this is the blood, or the saline drip in her hand, and then in the left hand she's just resting the left hand. So these are gloved hands like mine. and the left hand has just got the glove on. You can just make out the glove, the edge of the glove. And then this is the lady, well, her bum and her legs, for want of a better expression, because she's squatting down next to him, obviously. And she's got, is that right? She looks like she has a man's head. Oh no, it's just the angle. I've got to be honest, I'm looking at her face, I'm thinking it looks like a man, but it's just, now you turn it on the side, you can see her hair. She's got her hair tied back. Sorry, it's just, yeah, you see it from this angle, it becomes a bit more female looking. Just a strange effect. I think when you paint it, I think it looked like a more feminine face, to be honest. I think just in the raw plastic, I just looked at it head on and I could see the parting, or what looked like a parting at that angle, and I thought that looks like a man. It clearly isn't. If you look now, you can see her hair's tied back. Yeah, she's got it tied back in like a little tie back. Yeah, and if I turn it on the other side, the back, then it becomes clearer. Yeah, you can see here she's got the hair tied back. And she's got a medical pack here with all her equipment in. And oh yeah, there's her torso, which has got a slightly more, be careful with my choice of words here, to be tasteful and polite, slightly more feminine figure, fuller figure, shall we say. And here's your man, here's his critical, here's your wounded trooper, your, what is he, special forces or something. This is, he's moulded almost in one piece apart from his arms. And this is the guy that's lying wounded. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure about the his t-shirt. It makes it look like a bit like a jacket almost. Can you see? I do it as if he's upright. He's not. He's supposed to be lying down, of course. But he's wounded here, as you can see, and I think he's been shot. Whether it's a flesh wound, I'm not sure. We won't dwell on that, but you can see that they have. You can look very carefully. You can see here that they've cut back his shirt sleeve, and his other arm's just resting on his own chest. That one. And then finally, here you've got the MEDEVAC. Sorry, been the wrong way. Here, I mean, this one is the MEDEVAC. It looks like he might be in charge. I think he's the. Not sure. Is it air? It's got airborne on his. I can't see what rank he is. He actually said, okay, he's a doctor. It says doc on his helmet. So it's doctor and nurse basically, as I kind of suspected. So he's the doctor, and he's got a canteen of water for him, for the patient. Those are beautiful figures, though. They really are excellent, you know. And you can see again. You can see the wounded trooper here. Yeah, that girl is really. It's really off-putting. If you see it dead flat on, face on, looks like a man, and as soon as you turn it, it's clearly not. It's clearly a woman. It's just a bit odd, just the way the plastic makes it look. You've got to be a tough girl to do that job, I guess. Let's face it. It's not. This ain't no playground that she's operating in, that's for sure. So more power to her, I say. But aren't those beautiful figures? Those, it makes you want to build it, this one, doesn't it? Really good diorama scene there. I mean, that's it. It's a diorama within a kit. All you have to do is put it on a base with some sand. Jobs are good, and you know, you've got a proper, full-on. You just need a little bit of something for the tubing from the saline drip. That's all that's missing. What could you use for that? Maybe just a bit of fine plastic tubing like that comes in the Tamiya kits, you know. But you need some clear, ideally. Yeah, some clear tubing. But if you added that, you've got a fantastic. You've got a fantastic diorama. One tiny criticism, and I'm being very picky. This is kind of ridiculous, I know, but it is because it doesn't quite match the artwork. I've just noticed something when I was talking about the girl's face and hair. Now I've noticed something similar on the patient, the wounded soldier. If you look at his hair, He's got like a Brill Cream Boy haircut. He looks like Nick Hayward from Haircut 100. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. Look, can you see? He's got a very nice hairstyle. I'm very jealous, I have to say. But he hasn't got the crew cut of the US military, which is kind of odd. Because I'm not sure that they have haircuts like that. I'm not saying they're not allowed to, I don't know really. But it's not the same as in the artwork. Can you see what I mean? He's definitely got a good head of hair, and it's very well coiffured, isn't it? He's been to the hairdressers recently. He doesn't look like the chap that's on the artwork here. You see what I mean? That looks like a scene from Black Hawk Down almost. But I'm being very picky there. I think that's being a bit harsh. You can always get the scalpel out and just reprofile his hair a little bit with a scalpel and a sanding stick. But aren't they nice though? The AR-15 rifle is really accurate looking, isn't it? They're beautiful figures, those. They have excelled themselves again. Haircuts aside. Yeah, the girl's hair threw me because it had a bit of a party and it made me think it was a man. But it isn't. It just proves you've got to make things three-dimensional to get the benefit of how things really look. Fantastic set, that. Very, very impressive. I am genuinely blown away because that will make into a most wonderful diorama, I'm sure. Just take a little care with your painting of your figures. A superb and very, very, a very, very important element of the US military. You know, the way that they always have this ethos, this culture of leave no man or woman behind. You know, leave none of our people behind. Isn't that wonderful? I'm going to give it 10 out of 10. I know, I've given a couple of 10 out of 10s this month actually. But they're interesting subjects and they're so well executed, you know. I didn't look at the clear parts, did I? But the clear parts on these are in there, aren't they? I'm just going to check actually. I just mentally didn't make a note of that. Let me just double check. They have got the clear parts. Yeah, they're in the centre there. They put them in the centre. Yeah, they're fine. And they're really nice on the Black Hawk. They're really crisp, you know. And again, I'll put over there. I'll put you the general Black Hawk review because we've had about 3 or 4 of them. A wonderful kit, 10 out of 10. Well done to ICM, and thank you for loaning it to me. They actually gave it to me. That's a really tempting set. Now, one of the questions some of you are going to ask, because that may or may not be included in the giveaways for members. But if it's not, I can't give that one to everybody, of course, but you'll want to know how much it costs. So let's have a little look and check it out and see what it is on the open market. And I will tell you, 48365, give you a rough idea of what the going rate is for this one. Okay, Hannons have come up this time. And what are they charging? They are charging $69.99. I think you might get it a fraction cheaper elsewhere. It's mid-late 60s. Let's call it that, mid-late 60s. But there's a lot in that box. There's a lot. You got 6 figures, yeah. Beautiful rendering, beautiful accuracy. You know, such quite a moving scene as well, quite an emotional scene. Something very, very worthy of showing, and a kick-ass helicopter, you know. And it was John Christmas, wasn't it? John Christmas is the person, I couldn't remember today. When I said I can't remember who said I love choppers, it was him. And it's got these pretty great big Hindenburg tanks on the side. I can't believe it. That must weigh a couple of tons, just the fuel, you know. Beautiful kit. Well done, ICM. Thanks a lot. Hope you'll give me a like. Please give us a like, give us a thumbs up, and give me a 10 out of 10 that way. We'll just mention as well, I won't do a vid on its own, just a quick aside, I'm just waiting for an interesting one to put this with, but they also sent me a beautiful British World War II British Armoured Vehicles paint set, which I thought I should show you, because a lot of you like these armoured vehicles, and you can use it for all manner of things, you know, from like little armoured cars, or Churchill, Cromwells, Comet tanks, etc. Have you got the new Comet tank that's come out recently from Tamiya and people like that? And you get a set here which is, oh, there you go, it shows a Cromwell on the back as well. So it shows a Cromwell and a Churchill, and it's got basically effectively it's both a European scheme and an African desert scheme. So you've got buff, chocolate, green ochre, camouflage green, extra dark green and gunmetal. All paints that will be very, very useful to you if you're doing British World War II armour. An invaluable set to have. And as I've mentioned before, these are retailing only for around £12. Fantastic value, to be honest. £12 for 6 paints. Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? It's £2 a paint, basically. Very, very good value. That's it from me. I think that's it from ICM for this month, but wait till you see next month. We've got some more amazing stuff coming. I'm not going to give it away now. I'm going to show you in a few weeks. Stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, keep watching. We've got some more ICM reviews coming through, which I'm going to show you the next week or two. I said that's it from ICM for now because, sorry, that's a mistake. I'm actually not filming these in the correct order. This is probably going to be shown first, and I've just realised that. So there are more to come from ICM. I've just happened to save this for last because I thought it was going to be the nice one, which it certainly was. In fact, they were all nice ones. I think the ones that came through may have been brilliant. So stay tuned. More interesting things you're going to enjoy coming soon. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share if you enjoyed the video and you think others might enjoy it. Become a member because you'll get lots of interesting goodies like this over time. No questions asked, and you'll enjoy the membership experience. We've got a lot of these private shows we do for members only. We get 30-40 people tuning in, and it's almost like being in the pub. I've got the hang of it now, you know, and it's working pretty well. And I'm going to. It's a little bit awkward at first. It's something that you've got to learn your way into. But I'm now getting to the stage where I sort of set less of the agenda than I did. And I throw it open to you guys to sort of ask questions and talk about, you know, let's talk about such and such, the latest kits from such and such, or have you heard about this, have you heard about that? Very interesting indeed. And I've learned a few things from you guys, definitely. Oh yeah. Well, I heard about the changes at Airfix, for example, from you guys, so that was really interesting. And that was on the day, I think it was. It was kind of breaking news that I didn't have. So it's great, you know. So you'll look, if you tune in, you become a member, and you tune into those shows, you get the benefit of everybody's experience in the room, so to speak, you know. And it's very interesting. And I'm going to be trying to make sure in future that I put up as many of the comments as I can on screen. And if I don't put them on screen, it's just probably a mistake, or I've got a little bit distracted. I will show everybody's comments if I can, and it's very, very, the more the merrier, because people seem to enjoy it and interact very well. I'm going to try and start them a bit early. I think 8 o'clock starts a bit late actually, because they usually run 90 minutes at least, 90 minutes to 2 hours. So I'm going to be starting at 7:30 I think in future for those. But I can see people enjoy them, so it's a good reason to become a member indeed. Anyway, you've got 4 levels of membership. Go and have a look on just click on the join button at the top, and it gives you the options of 4 different levels of membership. I think you'll get value from it. I think that everybody that's become a member is, from what they're saying, really enjoyed it. Yeah, I've had some great emails from so many of them. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned because we've got more ICM stuff coming through this month and next month, as I mentioned. But I've got a bit ahead of myself there. We have got some more for you to see, which I think there's 1 or 2 in particular that really exceeded what I expected. Great kits, but they were really superly, majorly great kits. So stay tuned for those. Till next time, thank you very much for joining me. Stay well, stay safe, take good care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you very soon and in the near future. Thanks a lot. Till next time. Bye for now.